This is not green. Now, I'm a retired chartered engineer, so I do understand the science behind this.
Joe, what's that a photograph of?
Well, that's a photograph of the foundations for each.
Tell me how much concrete. I mean, I believe there's. Tell me specifics.
You need about 2,500 to 3,000 tons of concrete to produce that foundation. In fact, it's not just concrete; it's steel. You can see the steel reinforcement, and then there's also ballast. But each single turbine requires that amount of concrete. The whole construction liberates carbon. It liberates what we call carbon, CO2, a carbon balance. They make a statement about how much carbon is generated in the production and how long that takes to pay back. And Bute Energy at the moment are claiming 1.4 years. They started off at 0.7 of a year. That was just for the turbine. That's a turbine manufacturer's number. They've now doubled it up because they include the concrete. But actually, if you think about it, every single process that's involved from beginning to end has a carbon footprint. The real big bugbear about building these things where they're proposing to build them in rural mid-Wales is that we don't have the road infrastructure, and that means that more roads will have to be built, so there's carbon there, and also you then also have to put pylons up. You have to consider a complete system, and that also has a carbon balance. And when you add all that up together, they are no longer green.
Why are they doing it then?
Money. It's purely because of the government's contracts for difference and the incentives. There's big money to be made. It is simply that. Well, the developers will make the money, and the people who operate the wind farms will make the money.
What do you think of Bute Energy? Is that the main people behind this? Who's behind this?
Bute Energy and also Wind 2 are the people developing in mid-Wales. Bute Energy, I think, are the most appalling company I've ever come across. They not only groomed Welsh government before, for 3 or 4 years before they put their plans into position, but almost everywhere you go, they've got their fingers in pies to prevent people from contradicting them or going against them.
And why do you think Plaid Cymru are so close to them and they're not here today?
Well, I think the Labour government are close to them, but actually I'm completely apolitical. I wouldn't really like to comment on that.
Would you mind? Of course. You say you're not political. What are you going to vote? This is the leader of GLAD. So I'm June.
I know you. You were one of the best speakers in my opinion, at the Llandovery. I didn't go there, but I've seen you. Yeah. Having said that, I also, of course, as a retired chartered engineer, I support also Jason. What Jason said.
Did a very good
Jason,
job.
unlike me, and you can see, I have a senior position in industry, but I'm not very good at public speaking. I'm not very clear. I wasn't really prepared for this.
I think you're very clear in what you're saying.
Well, you vote. Listen, this is a party that's really,
I am apolitical. I know you're against.
Yeah.
I know others are against. I will, to be frank, be voting very strongly for people who are dead against this, over and above all other aspects.
And what do you
hate to have to say that, but this, to me, this is the worst possible thing that could be happening potentially to mid-Wales. This will be the worst thing for centuries.
For centuries. What do you think?
I remember Tryweryn when it was dry wearing. Before they flooded it. And that was terrible.
Yes.
But what is amazing is this is so massively bigger than Tryweryn.
Yes.
And we had a big demonstration then.
Yeah.
We need people to understand. I was born and bred mid-Wales, and it's been taken away. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is the Wales version of the Highland clearance.
Not like the destruction of our countryside. You know, Wales is such a beautiful country, and we're being industrialised, basically.
People are not being felt that they're being heard. It shouldn't be about politics, but it has become politicised. It's very much about wanting to protect the people, the way of life, the land, nature and wildlife. But with all these huge energy companies wanting to put huge wind farms and the pylons throughout rural Wales, it's going to decimate natural wildlife, habitat, tourism, farming land, and people have had enough.
We're not opposed to green energy or energy renewables. What we are opposed to is the complete destruction of our countryside, our habitat. We don't need the pylon, we don't need the turbines. Wales has enough energy, has enough electricity, we don't need any more.
It seems to be for the profit of the investors rather than for any practical strategy for energy for Wales.
If Wales were was desperately short of electricity, I would think again, but it's not. It's for money. It's a money pot.
I don't think what's happening is right and the way it's being done and the reasons behind it and the short-term profits which won't give the long-term gain that's being sold on.
It's wrong to be putting this green energy on great strings, and there's farming and tourism and not much else, and we're a very low-income area, and I thought we were supposed to be thinking about future generations. If they undergrounded it from the point of view of the line, I'd be happy, but the actual turbines worry me. There's so many of them, and I'm not sure it's the best way to produce green energy.
Wales already has enough peak energy power for its needs, and we're protesting as the people from the communities affected and from communities who are simply sympathetic.
This is being done sort of secretly behind the backs, and you know, we want the whole world to know that they may boast about come down to Mid Wales and see the Tour de France, but it's going to be prepared to ruin it.
We're here because the pylons will affect us personally and our farm back home in Llandilo, and I think it's disgusting that they're trying to destroy our views and our landscapes. They just turn up at the farm and they try and get Dad just to sign things. We just want to plonk these huge metal things on the farm, and I'm so angry.
Well, it's going to devalue our farm by 30%.
Once they put up all these pylons and things, they'll say, oh, well, you can't walk on that land now because it's all being developed into something else, and it'll be fenced off probably. So we've got to keep our freedom, we've got to speak up, and we've got to stand up for ourselves.
I'm horrified by what's going on, being sold out by our own government in the face of an invasion where they should be protecting us.
And we don't want the pylons in this beautiful valley because it is of outstanding natural beauty, and if this goes ahead it's going to destroy it.
Okay, so you're about 2 metres tall.
Yeah.
Each block there is 3 metres.
Yes.
So let's have
And there are 8 blocks. You make that 25 metres and they want them to be 250 metres.
So how much more is it?
10 times the height of this whole thing.